Insulation, Galaxy Blinds, Cornerstone, Heroes and Legends, Smith and Friends Estate Agents, Dovecot, Advanced Utility Solutions, Cleveland Systems Engineering and TGM Cars. Well, tonight Borough travelled to struggling Stoke. Both teams in poor form. Obviously Middlesbrough, we go down there with 5 straight defeats. We had to win the game by hook or by crook. The team, there was 3 changes again. Van der Berg, Bazog and Hanasio was all out. And in came Edmondson, Foz and Azaz. So the side that started, if you don't know, was Travers in goal, who had a great game. The last one, Borges and Dixdale, the fullbacks. Edmondson and Fry, central defenders. Foz, Whittaker, the wide men. Morris, Hackney, Azaz and Conway. On the bench with Glover, Beleza, Hanasio, if that's how you pronounce the last name. Buzzog, Ailing, Giles, Jr. Is it Deed or Dead? And McCabe. I didn't expect a game for the purists, and that's the way it panned out. I mean, first half was frustrating, but 20 minutes in, Foz cuts in from the right onto his favoured left. He's hit a beauty by the goalkeeper was full stretch and it nestled in the right-hand corner. It was a great finish, something I don't really expect from Foz, despite people saying he's the best finisher at the club, which is nonsense, but it was a great goal. And Foz played well. There was one he whipped in just behind Conway, and then there was one he put in a plate for Conway, and Conway, arguably the biggest sitter of the season. If you don't believe me and you've not seen it, watch it. Foz has put it in a plate, his back stick, he's 2 yards, just a tap in. You can put it in with your whatever, and totally hit it, well, he hit it over the bar. It was an unbelievable miss. He did make amends. Second half he got a goal, but there was a couple of times there was chances and opportunities to pick out teammates, and he was hitting side nettings when he should be squaring it. So he had an indifferent night, Conway. Don't think he held up that well. Don't forget, the lad's been out a while. He's been out 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it is, but he got in the score sheet. And well done to Azaz. Azaz made the goal, scored the goal. He played a lovely 1-2 with Conway, and Conway, that's how he got his goal. And then I thought Hackney, Fry, Azaz were the guys tonight that really did the business. Hackney made a great run for Azaz's goal. Played it to Conway. Conway turned, played it to Azaz, and he drilled it bottom left-hand corner. So, all good goals. Disappointing to lose a goal in the 45th minute. But as I say, it wasn't a big glamour. It was about winning the game, getting all 3 points. We were hoping to get a clean sheet, but that's neither here nor there. It's about winning games now. And yeah. Matty Robinson says, massive result, Bernie just got on the coach on the way back home. Safe journey. Let's build on Saturday and beyond. Hopefully a start of redemption. But I also admit we shouldn't get carried away. Oh, Matty, if you're a traveller, a big traveller at Middlesbrough Football Club home and away, you know the gig by now. Hey, we take confidence tonight and we take the plaudits, but we can't get too big for our boots because we've been beat. We've only won 4 in 17 games now, but we're still in a healthy position. But we're 4 points off top 6 now. Everybody's played 34 apiece. So just let's see what happens Saturday. We played Derby, they're second bottom, they're Gabby. I have to say, Stoke, dear me. Don't forget, I went to Stoke when I left Middlesbrough. Well, I played for Port Vale against Stoke. They used to, but they reckon it was 20,000, but it looked dead. There was no atmosphere. I heard the Borough fans, I'm not knocking us, but the Stoke fans just were deadpan, no real atmosphere. And they look, hey, they could disappear. I'm not taking anything away from us. I don't think we were great, but we were certainly better than them. But they were horrendous. Ashley Wayman says, a win is a win, Bernie. Stoke were up. Well, I've just said that. Fry was immense at centre-back. He was. Let's hope we can string a few results together. Yeah, together now. Well, that's the aim. That's the hope. That's a dream. Oh, it's not a dream. It's reality. We have to start winning. But 5 straight defeats is alarming. That's why Carrick was under pressure. And Carrick isn't out the woods yet, but you've seen the relief with him and Woodgate and the coaches when we scored the first goal. The camera panned in, they're all cuddling each other as if we'd won the league. I get it. You know, can you imagine not winning tonight and going in on Saturday against Derby at home? Can you imagine the atmosphere? You'd be able to cut it with a knife. Greedy up front, I thought, Gary Bladen. Well, Gary, I mentioned it. As I say, if I was a teammate at Conway, I'd have got a grip and says, listen, you little, when you're wide position, square it. There was 3 burst in the box. Don't forget, he missed a gilt-edged sitter. It's the biggest sitter of the season. I don't think anybody will equal it. It might be the biggest sitter in football this season. And then after that, he was snatching at things and being greedy and selfish, and he's got a wee bit of a swagger. If you've got a swagger, you need to be really good. I think he's done well. He's got, 12, 13 goals? He has done well. But the swagger, and he looks a bit of a jackal. I don't forget his old team. He gave it a bit of that, scoring and celebrating. And, so he needs to keep his feet in the ground. He's nothing yet. Don't forget, when he first came in, he went like laugh, gives the ball, I'll take the penalty. That's how cocky and arrogant he is. There's no way they've got it off me. but laugh gave him it. You remember? He was only in the door and they just went, here, give us that. I like the confidence. I like a bit of arrogance, but hey, you need to earn it. You can't just walk in and think you're the bees and knees and you're the jack the lad. He scored tonight. Yeah, fine. 1-1, good finish. But once he starts hitting 25, 30 a season and being here for a number of years, then he can be up there. Best we looked in ages. Nice balance to the team. Conway doesn't look confident on the left. Left foot, but he gets in and goal, wants to chop on his right all the time. That's true, Matthew Warrior. And Gary Clark says, great 3 points, but against a very poor team. I thought Azaz and Foz, both good games. Yeah, I'll say Foz as well. I don't mean to be different. Foz did play well. Foz scored a great goal, made a unbelievable chance for Conway, because if we don't win the game, everybody would be pointing the gun at Conway, saying he must sit, and he was greedy. But he did get the goal. His goal and the third goal. But we have to take credit because we won the game. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're playing the dog and duck, whatever, a pub team, when you're in a bad run of form, you need to get out here. And it's very difficult. I've been there. Played Middlesbrough sides, it went a few and no won a game. Couldn't buy a win. And that's where we were up until tonight. So, get up there, the Borough. This is for Wayne Matthews. I really hope, Billy, this is the turn of the tide. Travis in goal is brilliant. By the way, he's been very good. I agree with that. Brilliant. What a good keeper. I agree with that. He's as good as Deng for me, and I've only seen him briefly. Yeah, he'd one flaw the other day when he came out and punched there and ended up in the back of the net, but he looks the part. Evening, Bernie. This is for Andy Appleyard. Evening, Bernie. Tonight's one will mean nothing if we fail against Derby on Saturday. Massive opportunity to build a bit of momentum now. It was nice to see the real Azaz again. Yeah, well done to Azaz. He worked hard first half with a couple of shots. Scored a goal, made a goal. So, yeah, made a big contribution tonight. And well done to him. We only looked good because we were playing a pool side. But we did enough to win the game. Clive Smith. So Clive's certainly not getting carried away. I'm not getting carried away. But as I say, when you're down in the dumps, it's very difficult to get out here. Out the doldrums, out the hole. And get back in sync. And we did it tonight. Were we overly convincing? No. We're 1-0 up, and then we lose a goal 45th minute. You think, God's sake, typical Middlesbrough. But then we turned it, and then they gone. Once the second went, and they were finished. Win's a win. Gary Foster over the moon with the 3 points, but still far away from the other teams who are also pushing for promotion up the Borough. I agree, Gary. I mean, we're all equal games now. Every team's played 34 games. So we're all on an even keel now. We have 4 points off the top 6. Top 4's gone. Forget about them. There's 10, 12 teams clamouring for 2 positions. We're one of them. I think we're as good as any of them, but we're as bad as any of them. You need luck and fortune, and you need to do it week in, week out. You can't be turbulent and up and down. You cannot be that. We need a bit of consistency. And that's something we've not had this season. You know, I look at the games that I've written the games down before I come on. So we've got 6 home games, 6 away. 12 games left for every team. Well, unless you make the playoffs. Derby, Queen's Park Rangers, this is the home games. Oxford, Leeds United, Plymouth Argyle and Norwich. They're the 6 home games. Away, Swansea, Luton Town, Blackburn Rovers, Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday and Coventry. You know, how many of them, you can tell us now we're alive. How many of them do you think we've won? So we've won 4 in 17, now we've got 12 left. How many are we going to win? Fry and Hackney, massive displays tonight, and Azaz back to his best, Burnley up the Borough. Martin Johnson. Martin, I totally agree. I've said it, and you're saying it, and a few people are saying it. Fry was he captain tonight, by the way? Did I hear the commentator I was listening to saying that he was captain tonight? Anyway, he led like a captain, like a leader. He was crunching into tackles. He was running. He was throwing his body in the line as he did it on Friday night. I thought Hackney drove forward every opportunity, gave support to the front men, worked his socks off. Azaz was instrumental in 2 of the goals, as I mentioned. So yeah, you can only beat what's in front of you. I hate that old chestnut people say, "Oh, what's in the grind?" Leslie, get up there. Samantha Moore's delighted. Mohammed, evening, Bell and Joseph Slavin. Brilliant result. Get the flipping hell in. Stoke not easy ground for us. 4 points off the playoffs. Yeah, I've mentioned that. I say 4 points off. Yeah, it was important. Tonight wasn't about Hollywood football, glamour football, entertaining. It was about grinding out a result, and we did it. And we've struggled and huffed and puffed against bad teams. And they are certainly one of the bad teams. On that performance, they could get dragged in and down and out. Stoke City. Malcolm Taylor says, "Hi Bernie, a win is a win. You can all beat what's in front of you. Stoke were poor." Agree. Chris Andrews says, "Very strange team lineup again. But because Stoke were so poor, we won." Yeah, but as I mentioned, Travers in goal, Borges, Dick Steele, Emerson Fry, Foz, Morris, Hackney, Whittaker, Azaz and Conway. I was surprised to see Big Barzog on the bench again. If I'm honest. As I say, Van der Berg, Barzog and Hanasio were out. Van der Berg wasn't even on the bench, so you can only presume whatever. Hanasio played on Friday. He found himself on the bench. Edmondson came in, went off. I think it was 5 minutes into the second half, just went down onto the ground, sat on his backside and was taken off injured. And Foz has come out the blue and Azaz is back. Whittaker still doing a good impersonation of the Invisible Man. Yet to see him contribute much as for David Jackson. Adrian Watson says, "Hi Bernie, how bad was Stoke?" Oh, they were garbage. The worst team the Borough had played. Did they have a midfield? No, the midfield was awful, Adrian. It had more holes in it than Rabsy Nisbet's string vest. It was non-existent. Yeah, Stoke's in a bad way. But hey, we're Middlesbrough. We're worried about us. We're trying to get somewhere. Most people's written us off. I still think we're short of the top 6. I hope I'm totally wrong, but that's what I find. Somebody says sound is off. Can you hear me? Nobody's complained about that. Evening, Bernie. Matthew Smith. Good result tonight. Good performance. Hopefully we kick on until the end of the season. Carrick needs to pick exact same 11 on Saturday, depending on Edmondson injury, would be my only change. The boys need consistency. I'm a big fan of consistent teams, same teams, playing in the rightful positions, get the result, get the pat in the back, get the reward, and play again and roll again. Michael Carrick, I've said last game that he become a bit of a tinker man, like most coaches. I'm not a fan of it. Maybe Michael's learned his lesson. It took him a while for the penalty drop. We still fannied about tonight. There's a couple of dodges. They fannied about with us. As I say, yeah, we got away with it. A couple of times there was scary moments. If you play the top teams, if we do that against Leeds United, come here, we'll get battered. If we do that against any top teams and mess about, we'll get punished. Even if we had a good result tonight, good performance. Hopefully, we kick on. No, I've read that, sorry. Let's hope this is a confidence boost and the one on Saturday follows. There are a lot of points to play for. Well, there is, Colin. We've mentioned 12 games left. Happy with Whittaker, Morris and Azaz. Let's turn the season around. It's amazing, Colin, because somebody just criticised Whittaker saying he's done nothing and he's the invisible man. Well, I thought he'd done all right on a couple of occasions tonight. Azaz looked back to his best, Matt Scott. He did. Azaz deserves applaudits. Well done, Finn. He's obviously he's been a permanent position. That is his position, rightly or wrongly. Even when he was hitting rough times, start of the season, then he had a purple patch, and then he went off form, left out a couple of games. Maybe it's gave him the G and the bit up the backside he needed, and he's come back tonight and he's did the business. Blackburn a point. Valerian Ismail as manager tonight. Blackburn Rovers, yes, Mohammed. Stoke were poor, but it's a win. Timmy, we're in a poor run of form. They're in a poor run of form. I think we've been beat the last 5 and they'd won 3 at the last 5, but they're poor. They were really bad. Is it just me, Bernie? Or are Travis red gloves the biggest in the EFL? Yeah, the big gloves used to have behind the goal. Remember the big gloves? You used to put your hand in them. Hated the feeling of them. Matt Scott, don't forget his boots that match. Andrew Hill says, great result for the Borough against Stoke City, and great to see Finn Azaz play well again and also scoring. Not only did he score, Andrew, he made a goal. Lovely 1-2 with Conway and a good finish for Conway. We will win 10, Leslie Coates. Give your head a shake, Leslie. 10. Okay. So we won 4 in 17. We're going to win 10 now. This is how bonkers some fans are. You get beat loads of games. Everybody's all disastrous. We're getting relegated. You win a couple, a 1-1. Oh, we're getting back to the top 6 with the bees knees. No, can't calm down. It's 1-1, 3 points, brilliant. It'd be nice to get a clean sheet, build the confidence even greater. But we're fortunate we play another Duff team on Saturday, Derby County. So it's another opportunity at home to go out and thrash them, and then we move on. Swansea away, and then they get a bit tougher. QPR, Luton, Oxford, Blackburn, Leeds United. They're coming thick and fast now. Before you know it, the season will be finished. Gone in a flash. Bernie Hackney was captain again. Right, okay. Yeah, well, I know he's captain. It was just I was listening to commentary for the away camp, and he says that on Dale Fry, great tackle, he's captain today. I thought, captain? Don't get me wrong. I think Adele Fry should be captain over Hackney. That's not been detrimental to Hackney. I just think Dale's a bit older. He's been there longer, longevity, and been in the first team a long time. I know he's been in and out recently, but I think he should be captain. I thought they all used their voices well and played as a team. I couldn't hear them, Matthew, through my television, but I hope we kick on from this, Bernie. Nothing to shout about against a bang average Stoke side. Times we stooped to their level. This is for Steve May, but looked a lot better in spells up the Borough. Yeah, we did. There was spells we were good. There was spells first half, it was ropey. First 10 minutes I was thinking, dear me, 2 bad teams here. 2 teams out of form, 2 teams lacking confidence, but it did open up a bit. What's your thoughts on the injury situation, Bernie? Every week we have to play a different team. I bet you £100 that McGree will be fit for Australia match. Well, I'll tell you what, if McGree was fit and declares himself fit, I would tie him to a chair in the changing rooms. I'd tie him to a chair, put handcuffs on him, lead boots on, don't let him out the dressing room. This is his bread and butter. This is where he makes a living that keeps him going season in, season out. When he first came in the door, breath of fresh air, I was his biggest fan. I'm totally against him now. He's disappeared off the radar. He's forever injured. I've heard through the grapevine, niggles here, niggles there, walks about with an ice pack on. But when it comes to Australia, you're right, he's up and he's ready. No, I would throw the book at him if he gave it that one. Picture quality of view is Ian Wright and keeps breaking up. Well, listen, I'm actually, it's, if you're seeing that as well, I'm not seeing clarity, I can only apologise. I'm trying a different device tonight to see if it is any better. Good to get the win, but they were a poor team. Let's hope it can give us some confidence going forward. This is for Andy Thompson. And still a slim chance of playoffs. Going to be tough proposition though. Andy Connor says, evening Bernie, evening Andy. Much better for the Borough, especially the second half. A couple of dodgy moments in defence. but the back line was mostly solid. Yes, Stoke were terrible, but we did what we had to do and get all 3 points we deserved. Hopefully we can push on against Derby and keep it going. Well, let's, as I say, 5 straight defeats, 1 tonight, get a 1 Derby, then we've got Swansea away, and then you don't know. It can turn. But we ain't turned any corner till we get 5, 6 and the bounce the other way. Wins. Then we've turned the corner. Ayling did well in Edmondson's position. Well, he did. He came on for Edmondson's second half. Solid. So not worried for Saturday in that position. Yeah, I think Ayling can fill in short term, Mark, but I wouldn't like to see him up against Leeds United forwards who are all greyhounds and fast and direct. So, yeah, against Derby, I think Ayling can do a job. Van der Berg. What's happened to Van der Berg? Evening Burnley thought Whittaker was great tonight. So Amy Buttery, hi Amy. Amy's saying she thought Whittaker was great tonight. I thought he did well, but there was some people condemning him, saying he turned into an invisible man. Matt Scott says, thanks Bernie again. Every week you bring us all together to express our views. Awesome. See you Saturday. Thank you, Mark. We will see you Saturday. I'm back on Saturday, of course, after the game. Derby, hopefully discussing another victory. But it's golden opportunities. You can't cherry pick who you play, but if you could, you would cherry pick Stoke for sure. You would cherry pick Plymouth Argyle, who's down the line, who we face at home. You would cherry pick Derby, another struggling team. So there's a lot of teams that we should beat, but hey, we didn't beat Portsmouth, we didn't beat Plymouth Argyle down there, we have huffed and puffed, and it's inconsistent. Fair play to the coach Carrick. He stuck to his attractive football ethos, which was rewarded with an attractive victory. Let's see if you're Brian Tilley. Don't like players in the Borough shirt faking a head, but I'm going to come to that. Not impressed, that level of deceit. I meant to mention that. So Conway, I was on the Conway watch tonight. Don't forget, he's been at a number of games. He came in, he missed a sitter. Probably the biggest sitter you'll see this season, no matter what league you're looking at it. Check it out. Foz put it on a plate, keeper's near post, he's at the back stick, 2 yards out. My granny, with her eyes shut, and a trolley, could have put it in. And he put it over the bar. It was nearly impossible. So that's fine. Every straight I'm missing him, but it was an awful miss. And it could have been fatal. If we don't get the result, he'd have soon had the old pistol pointing at him. Then he had a couple of opportunities, came down inside left, got to the byline. 3 of players on a couple of occasions. Buster got to get in there. He looks up and I don't know how he thought he was going to score for an impossible angle. Maradona in his heyday couldn't have scored for an angle like that. And he hit the side net and then he got a fair ear bashing off the lads. This Chinese lad, foreign lad, goes up to him. Obviously they're having a bit of, they're exchanging words. And the lad went up, and for the camera angle I'm watching, the lad just goes up, doesn't sling his head, just goes up, and Conway just goes over like a feather. Cheating. You know, I'm forever hearing people in England saying that the foreigners come and cheat. Well, it was us, an Englishman, cheating the foreigner. And I don't like that. And he did fake it. He was up right away. He knew he didn't touch him. So Conway doing that, not a big fan of that. Conway miss was bizarre for sure. It was unbelievable. If you've not seen it, you need to get it. Get it up on YouTube. I'm sure you'll be able to get it after this and check it out. It was a sitter. And you could see he was bugged by it because his game went to pot, his touch deserted him. He just started to become selfish and greedy. And hey, I was selfish and greedy. But I don't think I ever shot for the byline. Maybe I did. Selling Letty Laughing Johnny must lower morale in the changing room. Some of the players must think, what is this if Andy Appleyard? What's the point? Must be difficult to motivate them when they lose the best teammate. Football's just ruled by money. Hey, life is, well, no for me, but a lot of people are dictated morals and standards and principles out the window. Money rules the roost. It's a false power. People think they've got money, they rule the world, they dictate, and that's not the case. But Letty Laugh would have disturbed. The month of January, The longer it went on, I knew he was going to leave January. I'm not a gambler. I'd have put anything on that he was going in January. But when it kept going, first week he's still here. Second week, oh, he's still here. He might be staying. And then there's a lot of, oh, is he staying? Is he going? The players in there will be thinking, oh, that's good. It looks like he's going to stay now. And then at the last minute he goes. And then you're thinking, that knocks a hole in the dressing room. Of course it does. It knocks a hole in Michael Carrick's plans. You know, Michael Carrick's the guy who carries the can. If it doesn't go to plan, he'll carry the can. Pretty rhythmical, that, wasn't it? Rabbi Buns. No, you know what I mean? And Carrick knows that. But Carrick's no say on a Latif departure. The boys at the top who rule the roost financially, they're within their rights to do that, but that doesn't help Michael Carrick's cause. So Michael Carrick's confidence would have been dented. The players' confidence has been dented. The fans dented. I mean, the fans out there that always go, oh, it's great business. No, for you as a fan, it's not. How is it for you as a fan? If you're a financial advisor, chief executive or chairman, it's fantastic business. But if you're a fan, it's no good for you. Unless you don't want to get promotion, of course, or in the top 6. So it's a difficult situation. I'll read a few of these, excuse me. I never read these. John says, finally we won, yeehaw. Up the borough. I think there's a wee bit of sarcasm there. Matty says, 2 average teams on display tonight. Come on, Matty, give us a bit of credit. We won. Danny McGain, is it? Keep the same team for the next few games. No swapping and resting players. Danny, the chopping and changing doesn't do it for me. Michael Carrick's best season, I keep saying it, it's repetitive, it's boring, but I'll say it again. His first season was the best football I've witnessed in 35 years watching Middlesbrough. Well, I've been here 40 years come October, but 35 years, and don't forget I watched every game. I watch every away game, whether I've been there or watch it on my telly, and I go to every home game and have done for many, many years. And that was the best football. And the secret for me was a settled team, a team that became telepathic, a team that were attacking minded, exciting and direct. And then last year that went to smithereens, became a bit of a tinker man and thinking he's a wizard. Like a lot of coaches think they're wizards. And then this season it's been the same. You know, I've been saying Ranieri, the tinker man. All coaches do it, but I don't know why they do it. You're 5 games into the start of the season, you're tinkering. If any player's tired at 5 games into a new season, you shouldn't be a professional footballer. I mentioned it before. Players at Middlesbrough. I had 2 stints, I played 100 odd games on crap pitches, a sponge man, no sports scientists or dietitians. The Spike Armstrong, God rest him, 300 games in the bounce. 300 games. So how can that happen then, but it doesn't happen now? We're going to do like flies now. As I say, in my day, we were mongrels, the old mongrel dog. Today, they're the big pedigree chum dogs, aren't they? They walk and they want the hair and they want the oil on, they want to look the part and they want to wear the bling and the Louis Vuitton bags and all that. Well, the players. But I came in with a cooperative bag. I had to start this is for David Grayson. It had to start somewhere, Bernie. Well taken goals. The next 5 games, starting with Derby, are games we would wish for. Let's hope we can replicate last season's run and we should get there. Prima donna, Stephen Horn saying prima donna. Look, I know I'm talking about all the board. I'm not saying Middlesbrough, but I don't know these lads personally. But I can tell when I look at Conway, I think he's got a wee bit about him. He's got a wee chip in his shoulder. And I don't like it. I was confident and arrogant to a degree, my mates will tell you that, and volatile. But I don't think I've had a swagger, and I don't think I've been in a team saying give us that ball for the penalty. And tonight, faking injury, I don't think I'd have did that. Well, I know I wouldn't have did that. So, yeah, a few and scoring against Bristol the other night and giving it that to the fans who used to cheer him. Yeah, a wee bit ill-mannered and a wee bit of cheating, don't like it. Keep the same team for next game. Yeah, we've read that. Steve Daly says, Azaz must have listened to criticism because he was well up for it tonight. Foz did well, covered all the pitch. Showed he was determined to show his talent. Steve, he has to show his talent. I think that's his first goal of the season. I don't think he's hardly played a game this season. I think he scored something like, off the top of my head, 17 goals in 3 years. Dear God, I think I could get that now for 20 grand a week. with this gear on. No, seriously. We put people on pedestals and rave about people and he's great. And your man has a lot to show us what he's got. Foz has been in and out of the team, inconsistent like the team over the 3 years he's been here. Flashes, yeah, great, and then disappears off the radar. So I don't get carried away with players like that. If that team doesn't start on Saturday, I want to know why, Colin. Well, obviously Big Edmondson was injured, so if he's not, a straight one, fine. And Tony, my old mate, says, good win, Wolfie. Ow, Wolfman. And much needed confidence boost it was, Tony. We needed it. Wish I lived next door to Nick Hancock. Yes, I was trying to say great win, Wolfie. It was a great one. Look, not about performance. Was it great to watch? No. Would people all over the country have been thrilled and glued to it? I doubt it. No atmosphere in the stadium. I watched Leeds United last night. Well, what a game that was. Wilder's Sheffield United, if you didn't see it, I thought they were terrific first half. But Leeds showed why they're top. They kept battling, striving, creating, and they got 2 goals. And Wilder was, I think he gave them credit at the end that they deserved. More or less says they were a better team. And they're still a bit behind them, which is true. I don't think you're a fan, Bernie, but how did you see Foz playing tonight and score? No, Louis, hey, look, I've nothing against him. I only give my opinion what I see in the games I watch, which is every game, and I'm a straight talker, in bed with nobody. Foz doesn't do it for me. Scored a great goal tonight, made a great chance that, as I mentioned, Conway could have put in with his backside, and astonishingly missed it, but Foz played well tonight. As did Fry, as did Hackney, and Azaz. I'm not saying there was a weak late in the team, but those were the guys that stood out for me, that did very well. Who were your star men tonight? I mentioned that, Fry, Hackney, Foz, Azaz. Neil says, second bottom derby and Saturday, top 6 back on. Well, it is back on. We just have to hope that the weather's good. I don't want it being a hurricane and windy and blowing a gale and people making excuses. No, look, tails must be up after tonight. No, it's getting that monkey off your back. That's a saying, isn't it? Getting the monkey off your back. And we did that tonight. And it didn't matter how we did it and how we played or how many chances we as long as we win. Good away win, onwards and upwards, hopefully. That's with Catherine and Brooke. We bit cautious at the end there, Catherine. Steve Daly says if we could get 20 million for Hackney, snap their hands off, hit and miss in midfield, can't tackle for Toffee. Passing is also hit and miss, Steve Daly. Well, that might come in the summer. Be careful what you wish for. Good one for the Borough tonight against Stoke. Get a win at Derby. That's for Daniel Jones. There was some of the papers were carrying a story in January, that Hackney, some club had put in a bid for Hackney and we turned it down. Do I believe that? No chance. No. I don't believe it for a minute. I think it's hype, it's a bit of spin, bit of propaganda, bit of mischief making. Nah, don't believe it. Don't believe it. And Hackney, this hasn't been his best season. He scored 4 great goals. Tonight he was good, but the first season he came in, that is the best he showed. But this season he's been in and out, injured, loss of form, turbulent like the team. Papering over cracks. If we beat Derby on Saturday, some will be lauding Carrick again. This is for Chris Libby. He's obviously not a fan of Michael Carrick. No chance of top 6, but we done well tonight. That's for Dave Ditchburn. See, I'm a realist. Look, can we make it? Of course we can. Does my gut and my half a brain, my heart, because I love Middlesbrough, do I think we're going to get top 6 right at this minute? No. Tonight's result doesn't change my mindset because there's 12 games to go. And I know the inconsistency of the team and players fall like flies. You know, that team tonight, we could go out on Saturday and have 3 changes because another 3's injured. Team will change for Saturday and we'll draw or lose. Dear me, Neil Houston. What's happened to Howson? Only sensible captain and leader. Yeah, Johnny Howson, great professional, great captain, great leader, top professional, great ambassador for the football club since he's joined. I don't know the extent of his injury and what his injury is. I heard he's doing his badges, which he might be in courses of that. No doubt he wants to get into the coaching. Andy says, Carrick seems a bit reluctant to give our youngsters a try. McCabe in the bench regular, never comes on. Sent Coburn out on loan. I'd love to see some of our youngsters given a chance. Well, if we can beat tonight, I think you might as well have through every kid you've got. Even round up a couple of kids in the streets of Middlesbrough and put them in. But we've won tonight, so people are saying, hey, that's it, we're back on now. 12 games left, can still do it, which we can. Would you do it with youngsters? Probably not. Why? Because the team's not in a great place. I think it'd be unfair to throw... The only reason we throw kids is so say we play the next 6 games, don't win a game, touch wood, that's not the case, then put the kids in, you might as well. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain, get them in, give them experience, build for next year. We always say build for next year, don't we? I say you see end of the season, you might get a player or two leaving again, being sold, you'll get the ones that's on loan leaving. It's just a disruptive period. January and summer's a big, well, it's the obvious, disruptive periods, and it makes or break the season ahead. You know, we get into every season as fans, former players, whatever, with dreams and fantasies and ambitions and goals, and we've all got this idea in my head what we're going to be, how we're going to do it, and well, for years, and this is the other thing. Yous out there who's been giving it big ones over the course of the season, no, I knocked out the cup, doesn't matter, concentrate in the league. It's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard. And some of yous keep coming out with that drivel. If we improve and get knocked out the cups early doors, it's nonsense. It's a cop-out. It's a myth. I keep going on about it. People think you get knocked out 2 cups early doors, oh, we're going to spring into life and we're going to win this championship. It's a load of baloney. And how you keep regurgitating the same trash every season. People, hey, I've got lads I played with, teammates, who come out with the same nonsense. But where's the proof? Show me the proof. It's a myth. Is Raylon McGree back in his holidays, off his holidays? I heard this on the training pitch. Probably take him 2 months to get fit. It's been like this all season for most of our players. I need to visit the training ground, Chris Andrews. So Chris, a wee bit of sarcasm there, but he's wanting to go along to the training ground, check out what's the problem there. Obviously, there must be an issue at the training ground. There must be a problem when players are falling like flies. You've not got opponents coming in and clattering you. It must be your own teammates, or you're twisting your ankle or your knee or your groin on the training surface. That's the only thing I can think of. You know, is it this, I don't even know what you call it these days. It used to be 4G with synthetic pitch with these rubber balls. I don't know. I'm not a groundsman. But I know that the majority of injuries we've had is on the training ground, not in match day. Good win against Stoke tonight. Let's do the same against Derby on Saturday at Riverside Stadium. Dale Fry played great tonight against Stoke. Daniel Jones. Hiya, Daniel. I'm sure the longer you stay in the cup, it gives the confidence a boost. Stephen, of course it does. If I'm like to laugh, when he was playing, I'm like to laugh scoring the cup. I like playing the next cup game. I don't want dropped or rested or any of this bull. I want to be playing and score a goal again. I want to try my damnedest to get to a final. You know, under the Robbo years, dear goodness, we had about 5 cup finals. There was Eindhoven UEFA Cup, there was League Cups and FA Cups. It was incredible. I was doing the commentary at the time. No, it's incredible. That's what every player strives for, but it's the coach that stops you doing it. I think if you asked every player, do you want to play in the cup game, irrespective of you playing raggy ass Rovers or Arsenal, they want to play. But it's the coach. Who's available? Well, look at Liverpool. But they can defend it by saying, well, we're chasing the European Cup, the Premier League, the League Cup. They're in the final against Newcastle. They beat the FA Cup, didn't they, against Plymouth Argyle, because they made 11 changes. I think if you mistreat things, you deserve what you get. Who's available out there who would complement Morris I'm not sure about Hackney. We need an experienced midfielder, this is for Steve, who's either hard or a decent playmaker. We have too many of the same type of players. Steve, the thing I would say, Hackney and Morris are sparky and go forward. I think I mentioned this the other day. They go forward, but none of them really sit there as a holding player. Like a Ledbetter, like an Adam Clayton, like a Robbie Mustoe. You know, somebody that just protects the back four, tries to break up moves and plays simplistic things, gives it to players that can play. We've not got a player like that. And I think with the goals we concede, I think we need somebody like that. Just sitting there. You know, between Hackney and Morris, they could share it, and Hackney says to Morris, you back forward the next opportunity, and then you come back and sit, and then I'll go. But sometimes I see two of them sparking and leaving holes. But their midfield was so bad tonight, the two of them could have went forward at every opportunity. I said we needed 6-1 from our next 6 games. These might have break our season. 1 out of 6 so far up the borough. Might come and give your head a shake. So you're just cherry picking. Now I says we needed 6-1s out the next 6 games. Yeah, okay then. So I'll read them out again for those that's just joined us. So Derby at home, Swansea away, QPR at home, Luton Town away, Oxford at home, Blackburn Rovers away. Then we'll get Leeds United at home, Millwall away, Plymouth Argyle at home, Sheffield Wednesday away, Norwich at home, and Coventry away. Hey, anything's possible. But as I say, I wouldn't get on my high horse winning tonight. I think it's great. Great to get back in track, back in the groove. It must instill a bit of confidence throughout the side, individually, collectively. As I say, Michael Carrick and the coaching staff cuddling after we opened our account was just a relief for them. You could see it draining from them. You know, delighted to go in front. And then in the 45th minute, they must have got that tunnel thinking, here we go again. But hey, we done it. We did brilliant. Yeah, Boateng was great at breaking up play and putting hard tackles. Sat in front of the back four. Chris, you're right. Boateng's another one. He just sat there, tackled and frustrated and ruffled feathers and gave it to guys who can play. I'm not saying George wasn't a good player. George was a good player. But George was a tough lad, read the game well, tackled strong. And you could hang your hat on him. This is the thing that I think there's some players at the minute you can't hang your hat on. You know, fly-by nights, 1 week good, next week indifferent, next week maybe not even in the team. Let's hope Michael Carrick sticks to in the main the team. As I say, there were 3 changes against Watford, 3 changes again tonight. Let's hope he keeps a settled team on Saturday and let them roll and build up the confidence. Stoke were ass up the bar. Stoke were ass up the bar. I don't know what that means, Dan. Not the result, but a great day out. Stephen Horn, what do you mean not the result? Are you a Stoke fan? I'll read these out, sorry. Well done, Borough. Not pretty, but effective. That's for Colin. Willie, I don't know if it's Big Willie or Wee Willie. The noose has slackened round MC's neck. Well, for now anyway. There's a wee bit of sarcasm there. Joel says, relief, finally. A win. Finally. A clean sheet, almost. Laugh out loud. So he's having a wee dig at that as well. Listen, I just want to plug this 40 years thing. People have been asking me, and I don't really take a lot to do with it, but for the outside looking in, I don't know what the rush is because it's in October, but it is out there. Is McCabe out on loan or is he back? No, McCabe was on the bench tonight, wasn't he? McCabe's on the bench tonight. So he's back, Chris. Yeah, come October the 30th, I've been here 40 years in Teesside. 40 years, wow. I'd never heard them as I was running off the train. 40 years in Teesside, and to celebrate that, you know, in that time, I fulfilled a lot, football-wise and radio-wise and lounge-wise, and met a lot of great people. I've got a lot of friends in this area, and I'm based here now. I've no intention of leaving. So we're having a night to celebrate the occasion, 40 years in Teesside. And it's at the Riverside Stadium. It's in the Legends Lounge. And I just want to reel off guys, every guy I've been in contact with, and they've all said to be there. Look, I'm not one of them. If all these fell by the wayside, I would cancel the gig. There's no ifs or buts. I'm not one of them. I've seen it happening in the past. People say Tom, Dick and Harry's coming. Tom and Dick don't turn up and it's only Harry. Sorry if only Dick turned up, if you know what I mean. No, seriously. It's not the team I played in, the 86 team. That's for Gary Pattinson nights, and there'll be one after this gig for sure. But Stewie Downing, David Wheater, John Henry, Craig Hignett, David Hodgson, Proctor, Pallister, Mowbray, Ian Baird, Jeff Winter, Nicky Mohan, Archie Stevens, Terry Cochrane, Neil Madison, Eric Gates. I know he's not played for Middlesbrough. What a player, my pal. Mickey Hoswell, Peter Wright, Yorkshire vet. And then recently, Julio Aca, the Argentinian, who I've got to know. He's a great guy. George Friend is 90%. He'll be there. And Steve Gibson's put it in his diary. So I've asked every one of them. And no doubt there'll be a couple more. And then we won't be able to get any more in because it's, as I say, it's at the Riverside. It's in the Legends Lounge. And it's a very tight lounge. I think it only holds 280. And I think there's, I don't know, maybe half gone already without even trying. So I'm just letting you know. I should be telling you, I don't know what it is. I should be telling you the email is, if you're interested, 7.enterprises, the word 7.enterprises@hotmail.co.uk. And there is a phone number. I'll get it before the end. You're now one of our own, Bernie. Thanks for all you do for us fans in the area. Look, Neil, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here. I love it here. I've set up home. My two boys, well, I don't live here now, but the Borough lads. One's a Borough fanatic nut. He'll be doing cartwheels round Edinburgh tonight because we won. I phone him every night talking about the Borough and discussing it, and he watches every game. Steve Daly says, I'm not a lover of this playoff bollocks. Top three go up. Imagine if we're third, 15 points ahead of the sixth team. And then they don't go up. It's money-making racket. It is, Stephen. You know, the very first playoff I was involved in with Middlesbrough. For the younger viewers and people that's watching and listening, it was the 88-89 season. There was the playoffs, so home and away, won. There was no Wembley appearance. Then we had to go play at home and then away against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That was the very first playoff. There was no medals, there was no extra cash, and there was no Wembley appearance. And the format was totally different. It was Chelsea who were in the equivalent of the Premier, and we were in the equivalent of the Championship. And we played them, and we beat them against all the odds. So that was incredible. Tony Wedlick says he's got his ticket up the Borough Legends. Thanks for the great childhood memories and my hero Mugger gone. Big Mugger, yeah, Tony Mowbray. Big Mugger's what, 4 points ahead at the minute. Yeah, great to see Tony Mowbray back in football. Amazing, great guy. You can catch up an interview I did with Tony Mowbray 3-4 weeks ago before he got back into football. It was about a week before he got back in. You can catch up Total BS podcast. It's free. You can get it in Apple, Spreaker, Amazon. Get it everywhere and anywhere. Total BS. And it'll come up. And there's loads of past and present interviews. They used to call it Bernie's About when I did Borough TV. But they're all there. Cloughy, Ravanelli, Giannino. But Tony Mowbray's one of the latest ones. There's David Hodgson, who I mentioned, coming to the 40th. He's done a stint. And there's a whole host of them. Chubrakbom. Many more. John Henry gets me there with my girlfriend in October. What are you on about, Leslie? John Henry gets me there with my girlfriend in October. Or you're talking to the 40 thing. Leslie, I don't think you'll be allowed in, son. No, I says I was on the Zenith Data final. Great day, but not the result. No, Stephen, I'll be honest, I thought the Zenith bypassed us. And yet I was talking to Matt Proctor, my old teammate, Borough lad, of course, 2 occasions played for Middlesbrough. He says he watched it recently. I don't know why, I've never watched it. Because we get beaten. I just thought, I've got it somewhere on VHS, but I've never watched it. And it's on YouTube, I've never watched it. I've no real attraction to watch it. But Prop watched it and reckons we played really well that day. I didn't think we did play well. Tony DeRigo scored the free kick, of course. I know it sounds negative, but I would actually try and play Howson and Morris as two holders and play 5 in midfield to protect the defence out until we get a proper holding midfielder, a good one, Chris Andrews. But Chris, do you know, throw caution to the wind at the minute? We need to win games. We can't go all defensive now because we've only got 12 games left. And to get to where we want to be, I think we need to score a few goals. Scored 3 tonight. 3 goals is no mean feat away from home, no matter who you're playing. We kind of just sweep it under camp, say, we scored 3, the trap, Stoke. We scored 3, and they were good goals as well. But I know what you're saying. I'm more going forward. But yeah, hey, you could play 5 midfield, clog the midfield up, play the wing backs, 3 centre backs. But as I keep saying, I always remember the late great Brian Clough, and he says, it's not about tactics, it's about players. Meaning, if you've got the right players and good players, you can play any formation and they'll do the business. And I always repeat that because there was nobody better than Brian Clough. Good rest him. It says, that you're still in at Albert Park, that's a joke. Still surrounded with that crap wire. It's a joke. I was in a restaurant in Nunthorpe having a Jimmy Riddle and Downing was next to me. Oh, do you know what? Hey, I don't even need to carry on, Leslie. I know the joke. You're off your rocker, man. Are you on that? Are you on that wine? On the vino? I know we won, but how on earth are the club going to still sell season tickets at this minute? This is with Vic. We won tonight, but they won't be able to give them away. Come on. Been a poor run of form. Derby and Saturday. We'll be able to cut through the atmosphere with a knife. Well, we would have if we'd have lost tonight. Yeah, but it's hypothetical. We never lost. We win. So come on, Vic, give your head a shake. When you analyse Borough's season, this is for John, so far it's been disastrous. That's before tonight he put this. Poor recruitment, poor defence, selling a top scorer in January and sliding down the table faster than Eddie Edwards down a slope. Eddie Edwards. Yeah, Eddie Edwards, I remember him. There was a film about Eddie Edwards, wasn't there? When I'm talking about skiing or sliding down slopes, I think of Franz Klammer. You remember Franz Klammer? Was it 7 Olympic gold medals? That's the days I used to watch the Olympics. I don't watch them now. But I used to watch them. Dave says 13 games, well, 12 now, including tonight. Well, obviously he says 13. We have to at least win 7 or 8 of them in a hit and miss form. We've no chance. So in this hit and miss form, Dave is saying, despite tonight result, we've no chance. A good one tonight, Bernie. Need to back it up now at the weekend up the Borough. And we're running out of time, so I'll keep them going. So, hiya, Mark. It was a great one, Mark. 3 goals, 3 good goals. Great goal from Foz, the initial one. Then Azaz, great to see him back in form. And then Conway, despite 1 or 2 faking moments, which I didn't like, he got a goal. So well done to him as well. Brian Tiley says, my best memory of you, Bernie, was in 1989 when Borough were 0-1 down at Upton Park going into the final minutes. And your 2 goals turned the loss into a fabulous victory. Thanks up the Borough. Brian Tiley, I'll tell you what happened that night. So that was equivalent to Premier. It was all First Division. We had been away for 4 days abroad just to chill out. And people reckoned if we beat West Ham at Upton Park, we were running out of games, that we could go on a run and stay up that season. Unfortunately, we didn't. We get relegated last game of the season. It's the first time we're in the bottom 3. That's how harsh the reality was. But at Upton Park, we're getting beat 1-0. We're not playing well. It's a full house. I think it was a midweek game. Anyway, there's a free kick to West Ham round about the halfway line. I always remember standing in front of the ball and jumping up and down, trying to take the taker who's taking the free kick, trying to put him off, and I'm jumping up and down, holding my undercrackers so I don't get whacked them. As I'm bouncing up and down, he puts the ball over my head into the box. As he's running, he's just elbowed me and he whacked me right in the left eye. And I ended up getting blood vision. It was sort of a black and white vision. And he woke me up and I scored 2. And the 2 goals came from set pieces that we worked in the training ground. Palace would go on the near post, corner kick. Pally would win the header and I'd come in back second just tap them in with my forehead. And we did it. We won 2-1, but as I say, unfortunately, we still went down. I agree with Chris. We need Morris in midfield, or at least another holding player in front of defence. Cloughie was right, but these players are prima donnas. They wouldn't be under Cloughie. Player power is the thing now. Stamp that Ian Wright out, rhythmical, and then you'll have players passionate to play. Yeah, I don't know how the modern... I sometimes look at Michael Carrick and his persona and the way he comes over. I think he's a nice guy. I've only met him once, I don't know him, but I've heard good stories about his character, and he's a lovely guy. But sometimes I think, I wish he would lose it. Sidelines or in front of the cameras. Maybe that's just not in his DNA. That's not him. I could not stand in front of the cameras being coach and just take abuse left, right and centre and keep it bottled up and go home with it on the night, and I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd have to let it all go. Show my passion and my authority, and hey look, modern players might not react to that now. As I say, I've heard don't forget, I know coaches, managers, whatever you want to call them, in the modern game now, and they assure me that if you're a baller or a shouter, you'll be classed as a bully and you'll be driven out the door. What's that about? I love Bruce Rioch. Bruce Rioch cajoled me, booted me up the arse, grabbed my scruff of the neck to wake me up. I did love it at the time, but I look back and I think, do you know what? He's the reason I did score goals. He's the reason we did get promotion. Because he's a motivator with drive and passion and leadership. And I just think a lot of the coaches are just floating about now, scared to say booty a goose. I can't remember, I was winning 2 games back to back. It's been a while. Yeah, I wonder how many games, what's our record this season? Is it 4? Somebody says the other night. That's what bothers me about Carrick. He just stands there rubbing his chin. Yeah, look, he's a different animal. Because you shout and ball and throw cups of tea or whatever, that doesn't mean you're a good coach, a bad coach. But when everything's going hunky-dory, you don't need to be an animal. You can be nice and cool and know exactly and controlled. But when it's not going to plan, you need to waken the players up. If they can't wake themselves up, you need to wake them up. That's your job, to motivate them. Now, if I'm just prancing about the driving going, oh, come on, you really need to get in there. And get into them. I don't find that offensive in any way, shape or form. You're getting paid thousands of pounds. The fans are paying thousands of pounds for the families to go and watch good football. And you're prancing about, tip-tappy, walking in eggshells. You can't say this and you can't shout at him. What a load of pants. Come on, the game's not changed that much. I know it has on the pitch with this fanning about, but surely you're allowed to shout at your team and G them up and get into them. I don't mean boxing, verbally. Much needed win, brilliant in a way in tonight. Well done, Jonathan, for making the journey. Wouldn't be writing off Carrick this season or top 6 just yet. Well, Jonathan, you might keep in touch with me the remaining 12 games and give us your diary in the remaining 12 games, what you're seeing, what you're thinking. So tonight, you're saying you wouldn't be writing off Carrick, despite a lot of people saying it last week, they wanted him out. A lot of people did. This season or top 6. So Carrick's here and we're sticking by him, and top 6, you're saying don't write us off. I remember you when you used to drive a Peugeot 506, or was it a 606? Big ugly thing. It was driving you, Leslie. Steve Daly says, Carrick has played under passionate, aggressive managers, throwing boots about, getting players by the scruff of the neck. But Carrick seems to be a mamby-pamby coach. No, as I say, that doesn't mean you're a great coach or bad coach. I don't think Wenger was a shouter baller or whatever. When I interviewed Trevor Ashbaum, he more or less says that. He enjoys that style of management. But I think the modern player is so pampered and mollycoddled and wrapped in cotton wool that they don't know the other side of the coin. I enjoyed the confrontation. I still enjoy confrontation. I still enjoy a bit of honesty. People say things to me, my pals will say things, and sometimes I don't like them, but I think, but at least I tell them to my face. They're being straight-laced. Not going behind my back. Sometimes you love your family. Everybody loves the family more than anybody. And animals. But you have to be straight with them. If your kid goes to school and is tossing it off, and not doing the business and not concentrating and not doing the homework, you have to give them a rollicking and tell them, come on, you need to get your finger out. You're going nowhere in life. You leave school, no qualification. You need to G them up. Well, that's what coaches are paid to do. And in the last 5 games up until tonight, I didn't see any of that. I thought the team mirror image Carrick. See, I'm saying this on the back of a win, not because we get beat, we win tonight. But I still see the team mirror imaging Michael Carrick. We're repetitive. Sometimes we're laborious, we're boring. And we're slow and deliberate. And that's on and off the pitch. So let's hope it's turned after tonight. But I've seen that in the last, for a few months now. You know, sometimes I wish I knew Michael Carrick more. My advice would be stay away from the cameras when you get done. When you get gubbed and walloped, humiliated, don't go in front of cameras. Because when he's talking, the fans can't grasp what he's saying because they've heard it all before. It's the same rhetoric. It's the same spin. It's just like reading it off a sheet. That's what it is. And that's his style. I don't like it. I don't really watch it. I was asked to watch Michael Carrick a few weeks ago on the YouTube and I reluctantly did it and I just thought, wow, that was as bad as the game. But well done to Michael Carrick. I'm delighted for him. I don't think he's a bad man. And those people who say, oh, he's crap, get him out of our club. How disrespectful is that? Yeah, he's had a bad time. I'm having a go at him. But come on, the first season was the best football we've played in 35 years. We've had Pulis, hammer thrower. Neil Warnock, hammer thrower. Karanta, boring football. I've seen them all. Nobody's coming on here and telling me anything. You can have your opinion, but it doesn't mean I agree with you. I'll listen. I've seen all the duffers coming in and blow the pants off us. Michael Carrick first season was amazing. Last season, hitty, missy, turbulent, bad start. This season, turbulent, not good enough. We've went that way rather than up the way. But he's got an opportunity to turn it. And if he doesn't get top 6, if you ask my opinion, I don't think he'll be here if we don't get in top 6. I think his remit, I can only guess, was top 6, possibly top 2 to start the season. But he's not been helped by injuries galore. He's not been helped by some of his own decisions, chopping and changing teams all the time. Somebody says Collins winding me up. Foz the best finisher at the club. Give your head a shake. What, best finisher at the club? 3 years, 17 goals. Away. Colin, you get 16. Well, maybe no, maybe 12. Right, I don't know the time. I've run out of time, I think. So anyway, if you want to listen to Total BS podcast, it was part 2 of Nicky Mon. It was on yesterday. You can backtrack now. And next week I'm doing Julio Arca, the Argentinian. Julio Arca. I did ask him, or I'm going to ask him a question, has he met Maradona? I did. I was 25 yards away from him. I'll talk about it in the podcast. But I wonder if Julio's met him. Anyway, you need to give it a listen. So listen, well done to Michael Carrick. Well done the players. Well done the travelling support. I heard you through my TV. We're back on track. Have we turned the corner? Definitely not. Once we go 5, the way we went 5 defeats in the bounce, once we go 5 wins, we win the next 4, we've turned the corner. 12 games left, we must win at least 8 to 9 to be in that 2 places up for grabs. It's anybody's. We, as I mentioned throughout, we're as bad as any of them and as good as any of the other ones. I don't think anything can happen. But you need a bit of luck and fortune. But you need to go on the run. We need to go on the run. Right, thank you very much. Up the borough. Good night. Thanks for joining us. I know it's a late time if you're working tomorrow. I get it. Cheers. Well done, Borough. Thank you. Cheers, Bernie. Bring on Derby. Up the borough. Stephen Horn. Thanks.